Jaylen, how's practice today?
Practice was good.
Yeah.
We were flying around, we competed with each other, and we just had fun out there as a team. So practice was good. Offense made some plays, defense made some plays. We got better on our fundamentals and just going through what we're learning and continuously learning. So I would say practice today was pretty good.
There's a lot of new faces out there, especially on defense. What's it like just getting to know everybody and trying to get accustomed to everybody, how they practice?
As a returner, I wouldn't say it's hard. It's just different because you got to communicate with people. You got to be on the same page with people. And so just because they're new faces, it isn't really, tough. It's just all about our communication and stuff like that. So them being new, it's a big emphasis on communicating and making sure guys are in the right spot so that they can go be successful.
Are you at a point where you're kind of helping you guys get up to speed? What's that process like from your perspective?
From my perspective, it's all about, I don't want to say being a coach, but when you have opportunities to kind of come to the sideline and tell a new guy, hey, this is what you could have done with this situation or something like that, then that's what we do. And not to say we haven't been doing that, but with as many guys, new guys as we have, it's like a big emphasis on that kind of stuff. Like, help this guy out and teach him what you know, right? Like, if I'm on the sideline and I see him doing something, I'm going to pay attention. So when he comes to the sideline, I'm going to tell him, hey, this is what I saw, and this is how you can play that better so that you can be in a better spot. So that's what that's about.
With all the veterans you guys have lost, who else are kind of stepping up as the leaders on this defensive unit now?
I'm sorry?
Who are sort of stepping up as the leaders on defense now with all the guys that you've lost?
We do it as a team. Obviously, we have different position groups. We got a couple guys returning in the secondary that played a little bit D-line. For the most part, the youngest group, the least inexperienced group, would be the linebacker core. But even there, you got guys who've been in the system for a while, and so you got guys like Caleb Brown, Ian Jackson, Kendrick Blackshire. Those guys are stepping up in the linebacker room. Then on the defensive line, you got Jamie, Big Baby as we call him. You got Day, you got John. Guys that played in the secondary, Davin, Double D, Zach Morris, and a couple other guys, safety room, Jimmy Wyrick, Tyon Milton, even though he came last year, myself. And so we just, as a team, have tried to come together. Even though we may have just got here or whatever the case may be, we still trying to lead the guys that literally just got here this spring.
What kind of role does Owen Pee-wee play in this defense?
Oh, sorry, I forgot about him. Man, Blicky is like, he's like the Jamal Liggins or the Elliot Davidsons, right? We listen to those guys, and Pee-wee is kind of like our anchor. He's probably been in here the longest with the team that we have now and played the most amount of snaps. And so he's like the leader. Sorry that I forgot about him. My bad, Blick. But Blake he's our leader. When we come in the huddle, he's breaking things down. He's getting people in position, putting people in the right spot. So he plays a vital role in our defense.
What's that nickname you have for him?
Blicky.
Where'd you get that one?
That was just something that they was calling him when I got here. I don't know where it came from. I don't know. I like to call him O-wee-wee. O-wee-wee. So I just call him O-wee-wee. But that was a nickname for him when I got here. So I just kind of caught on to it. It was kind of catchy. So I was like, why not?
J-Lou, what do you see your role as on the team this year?
Hopefully starting, but if that doesn't, happen, I just want to be the best teammate that I can be for my teammates, right? When I get my opportunity, I want to play to the best of my ability, but when I'm not out there, I want to pour into my teammates, into my position group, into the people, not just on my side of the ball, but all aspects of the game. And so my role is going to be just being a great teammate. Obviously, we all want to be great players, but can we be great teammates? And that's what I want to be. I want to be a great player and a great teammate.
How would you say last season went for you?
It went good for me, I would say. It was a lot of learning, a lot of flipping sides from boundary to field, so I was trying to learn a lot. It's kind of fast-paced for me because I was kind of like thrown into the fire. But I thank Coach Lepp for that because I was able to learn how to play not just one position but multiple positions and be successful at it. And so even though I didn't have the year that I wanted to have, I still had a pretty decent, nice year. So I would say last season was good for me.
What do you prefer? Like where are you at now, and can you still do both, or like what's your preference there?
I can still do both if they needed me to. Obviously, we recruited a lot of guys, and so I don't need to play both. Last year, we dealt with a lot of injuries in the safety room, and so that led to guys having to bounce around from side to side. And so that's what that was about. But this year, we got the guys. We're probably going to bring in another guy or two. I don't know. Yeah. But I don't think I'll have to bounce around. But if I did, I still could do it.
Are things different for you this spring compared to last spring because you have that experience now?
It's a lot smoother. I'm able to communicate easier and not think a lot. I'm able to just get the play called, communicate with the guys in front of me, and just go play football. So I would say it's easier on that aspect. As far as playing football, football is football, right? That was always easy. That was never a problem, right, with Division I athletes. So the hardest thing for me when I got here was being able to communicate and communicate fast because the game goes fast. And so I would say compared to last spring and this spring, it's a lot easier because I can communicate and do it effectively.
What are the biggest things you guys want to get out of these 15 practices this spring?
Growing together as a team, being disciplined. Discipline was a big thing for us last year. And I don't want to say we lost games because of it, but in certain situations we were very undisciplined, whether it was penalties, whether it was, a guy not being in the right spot, not doing our job. We were just a very undisciplined team. So obviously we want to grow together and learn how to play with each other, learn how to communicate, but we're focusing on discipline for sure. We want to be a very disciplined, well-coached team. And Coach Charlo keeps talking about how he's going to make sure that we're not as loose as we were last year. He still wants us to have fun. He still wants us to fly around. But discipline is something that he's really big on right now. And everything that we've been doing, from the weight room to what we do on the field to practice, even in meetings, is all about discipline, And so that's one of the most important things that we want to get out of this 5 weeks of practice.
Coach Traylor mentioned that discipline part to us quite a bit as well. What are the big things that are different other than just kind of talking about it more? How does he change things to try to get a better result there?
The easy answer for that is his word is his word. His yes is his yes, and his no is his no, like he would say. If he tells you to do something and you don't do it, well, you put together what comes with that, So that's the biggest thing is when he says do something, you do it, and if you don't, then obviously we pay the consequence.
He said he's pointed out a lot of different ways where maybe that impacted you guys as a team on the field. What are some ways that discipline has sort of leaked over into what we saw last year? Like, what are the impacts of that? How can you guys utilize that?
I feel like guys are kind of like just responded to it, in a positive manner, right? Not only are we just talking about being disciplined, but you see guys really trying to be disciplined. You still have people who slip up here and there, but it happens. But you can tell it aggravates them or it annoys them when they're not where they're supposed to be doing what they're supposed to be doing. And so they take it personal. It's not like Coach Strela just saying, hey, be disciplined, right? We take it personal. And so, yeah, that would be my answer for that.
And I know you guys started spring practice a little bit later this year compared to last year. What's been the impact of maybe having some extra strength and conditioning time, or how do you use that period?
We're able to get stronger, able to get faster, and rest our bodies. Like Coach Traylor wants us to want to practice, and so that time off, it made us miss the game a lot more, right? But also we were working, we got faster, we got stronger, we got bigger, and so that helped us. The 9 weeks really, really helped us.
All right, Jaylee, appreciate you. Thanks a bunch.